The Guardian this morning puts out a story about AI being used to determine whether or not a Monet or Renoir are fake or real. And Dr. Carina Popovici, who is a specialist in authenticating artwork, said she'd applied cutting-edge artificial intelligence technology to pictures advertised on eBay and was shocked to discover that so many had a high probability of being not authentic. Now, the problem is that when people go to AI specialists and take their paintings, the art world is such a closed, such a closeted, such a extraordinarily uh, difficult environment where the authority of an individual's opinion is more important, actually, than the authenticity of a painting. When people use AI to establish that a work is probably authentic, they are then ignored. So we can use AI to say that something is probably not authentic and it's then taken down, but we can't use AI, it seems, in the art world at the moment to say that something is authentic. We need to establish, you can't have one and then not the other. You have to have both. The art world needs to wake up. If it's using AI to say this is not authentic, then it needs to recognize that AI, which says this almost certainly is authentic, it needs to sit up and pay attention. Now, I know of one painting in particular that has gone through the AI process. It's a painting that I've paid a lot of attention to over the last year or so, and I've done a lot of. I've had some long talks with the person who owns it, and with it, and looked at its provenance, and the provenance is very good. But he took it to be um, monitored by AI tools, and and then finds he can't do anything further, which is extraordinary. So now we've got this story about AI fakes, and there's one of a Monet called Forest with a Stream, priced at £599,000. And one listed as Renoir, costing £165,000. These are very small sums of money, and and eBay says we don't allow counterfeit items or unauthorized copies to be listed, and the listing was removed after the Guardian contacted some of the sellers. But it's uh, Popovici has great concerns about the prevalence of fake paintings being put out on eBay. Uh, Again, she thinks it's eBay's responsibility to stop these fakes being put out, but then that would make eBay a an authority, a source, and that's not what eBay is set up to do. Uh, and your sources have to be able to do both sides. Either they say this is a probable real work, or this is not a probable real work. That then becomes a cited authority. Are we going to admit eBay as one of these authoritative institutions like Christie's, or the various things in Amsterdam and the Hague? Are we going to be, or in Brussels, are we going to be saying, oh yes, eBay, it's been authenticated by eBay? What tosh, what tosh. But AI is a different matter. When AI puts together lots of features of a particular artist's work and measures those features against the proposed painting which is presented, then it should then be able to say, well, these features are in order. These features are common to the artist who you claim has painted this painting. This is almost certainly an original Renoir, or an original Matisse, or an original Monet, or an original Rubens, Van Dyck, whatever. I think it's as easy to say that as to say this is not an original, or this is not from the school of Rubens, Monet, Van Dyck. You can't have it both ways. AI can either be used in a proactive way to identify what may or may not be authentic, or you can't use it at all. You can't use it simply to push things out and then rely on the authority figures who've been ruling this industry for 20, 25 years, and they don't let go. And they have their own idée fixe. And this person believes that person believes this, and it's their power, it's their control, which is more important than their knowledge or their perspicacity. This is about control. I'm so sorry. So many of my videos this morning are about me railing about the power of individuals. But it's important sometimes to call that out. The people have power as long as they speak sense.